Welcome, boys and ghouls, to another installment of Monster Mike's Mayhem. On today's special August 15th installment, I want to continue to talk about the 1991 Applause attack of the Killer Tomatoes craze. We're coming to the tail end of the Applause era in 91, making these special toys, and I want to talk about specific ones that are really, really cool. And one I want to talk about is I want to focus on these squirters up here. In 91, Applause made these squirters, okay? And what it is, it's just a simple pencil right here, okay, folks, with the tomatoes printed on it. And on the top is an actual squirter ball. So you actually would squirt the head. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Here's just a loose example in front of me here. It's just a simple pencil design, folks. See that? Here is a fuzzy tomato. You can see his face here. And you literally, what you do is you literally push on his face or his side of his head and squeeze, and a water will shoot out. If you put it like, you know how you guys would get squirt guns in the 1980s and 90s, and you would squirt your friends and stuff with it. Well, it's the same principle. You put the ball in the water, suck the water up, and then squeeze firmly, and it shoots the water out. So that was a gimmick that Applause applied to that toy line in 1991, which is really cool, by the way. I tracked down all of them. I actually got multiples. You can see I just showed one of the fuzzy tomatoes. I got 3 fuzzy tomatoes, 2 angry tomatoes, and then 2 of the wide mouth tomatoes from 1991. They only made 3 versions about I don't know, 28, 29 years ago. Yeah, I think it's like more, I think it's more like 38 or 39. Yeah, sorry about that. I think it's more like 38 or 39 years ago, I should say, to be exact. Yeah, these are really highly detailed. You can see the paint, you can see the paint job, and the mouth, the teeth, the eyes, the green stem on top. You can see this one, he's got his mouth open like he's laughing or something, or screaming. And they're just really cool, really neat, pencil toppers. I've never seen them. I wish I had these when I was a kid, but at the time that these were made, I was a junior in high school. I'm telling my age here, folks. And I was too busy, trying to do tests and worry about graduating the following year in 92. And didn't even know these guys existed, folks. I was probably about 17 or 18 when these came out. Down here is real interesting. These first couple were produced by Applause at the very tail end of the line. This is Putrid Gangrene. This is a PVC, folks. This is an aesthetic PVC, meaning it doesn't move. It's got him holding a little tomato in his hand, a little killer tomato, and he's got his white lab coat, gray pants, black penny loafers, his black tie, and his white hair and white mustache. Also, again, folks, played by the famous John Astin, and also played Gomez Addams in the 1960s Addams Family. Just to be a little tidbit of information for all you monsters out there. I think I've mentioned it in the previous video. Next to him is Chad Findlater, looking cool, skateboarding down the street with his Findlater pizza from the cartoon and the movie from 1988, New World Pictures. He's got on his blue ball cap turned backwards, kind of a really cool like a baseball shirt, like. I know you guys have probably seen those with the colored sleeves and stuff. And next to him, he's like I said, he's got the slate, and then he's got the blue jeans and some looks like kid tennis shoes, and he's skating on a wooden skateboard. And right next to him is Tara Bombay. And Tara Bombay, like I described her, she's got that brown hair and a ponytail with a red halter top, pair of cut off blue jeans, and brown cowboy boots. And she's got FT under her, I guess that would be her left shoulder, I think. If it was my right, it would be your left. And he's kind of squished in between her arm and her side right there. I don't know if you could see him. It's very difficult to see. It's kind of difficult because he's so small. But right next to her is the famous, you always see him in the posters and videos and stuff, the famous Killer Tomato that you see in the Attack of Killer Tomatoes posters and everything. They made a PVC of him. Well, moving along, they did like the teeth, and then his evil grimacing grin, like where he's getting ready to bite you. And then they did a keychain version of him, so you can not only have a PVC, but you can have a keychain of him, which is really interesting. It's got the metal key fob and all that on it. And then right next to him is the famous Fuzzy Tomato, FT, as we all know him and come to love. And next to him is the Fuzzy Tomato PVC keychain. So you can own him as a keychain in 1991 to kind of round off the year that year. It was an interesting year in 1991, you know, like I said, you know, well, that was kind of a cool thing. And I got an extra one here I could show you guys up close. There's the back of him. He's got his, it's almost like hair. It's his greeny leaves falling down around his face. Then he's got this big, giant, squinty eyes and a giant smile, and he's actually got 2 little feet, which in retrospect he doesn't have in the movie, but in the cartoon he has little feet that come down that he can stand up on. And I think that was a funny added touch. You know, of course, it's just a little hard plastic PVC action figurine, aesthetic, whatever you want to call it. I collect lots of PVCs from the late 60s, 70s, all the way to the 1990s. They still make them today, but not as cool as they did 30, 40 years ago. So this is at the tail end run, folks, where they were just starting to get done with they were finishing up. And I'm going to talk about Mattel throwing their hat in the ring. And they made quite a few. They made like 9 figures plus squirt balls and screamers and, you know, puppets and stuff. And also Ruby's costumes and Thermos Lunchbox got into the groove of the game. So we're going to have to discuss that in future videos coming up from Monster Mike himself. We're going to dive in and explore some of the other possibilities of the Killer Tomatoes from 1991 and how it failed over the past 2 years. And by 92, it was completely in obscurity. It just like disappeared out of nowhere. And like I've said in previous videos, go out and try to find these. I guarantee you won't. You won't find them at flea markets. You won't find them at garage sales. You won't find them in antique malls. You probably won't find them at thrift stores. I've never seen one, and I've been looking for 35 years for these things. And only secondary market. People that put them on eBay, Amazon, Etsy, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, stuff like that. You might get lucky. But you're looking at, I mean, and I'm not kidding you, these things can go for some money. I know this right here is $40 all day long for this little plastic 2-inch little figurine I'm holding in my hand. $40 for that. Nobody wants to pay that kind of price. And these simple pencil toppers, I mean, all it is just a pencil with a little squirt ball on top of Fuzzy Tomato. That's $50 starting out. And if you want a set, it's like $200 or $300 for the set from 91 Applause. And these are mint complete with all the, you know, the aesthetics. Like, so you got the squirt ball, and then you got your pencil and all that. It does have, I believe it has an eraser. I never took it off because I don't want to damage the squirt ball part. But it was for kids in the 90s when they were growing up, and they would go to school and probably squirted people with them and pissed off the parents and the teachers alike. So, that is wrapping up the 1991 Applause Attack of the Killer Tomatoes PVC and squirt ball pencil toppers of the the early 1990s. So we will be getting into more juicy tidbits on these Killer Tomato toys. So stay tuned, you thirsty monsters out there. And until next time, please like and subscribe. And until next time, kiddies, stay tuned and get monster.